Most people do not lose the battle because life is too hard. They lose it because their mind was never trained to stand firm when life becomes hard. They wake up already distracted. They reach for the phone before they even reach for their own thoughts. They scroll through other people's lives, compare their progress, envy their appearance, measure their success, and then spend the rest of the day wondering why they feel behind, weak, empty, or lost. They chase comfort, but feel exhausted. They avoid difficulty, but still suffer. They search for peace outside themselves, while their inner world remains uncontrolled, noisy, and fragile. And here is the truth most people do not want to hear. Comfort, when it becomes your master, slowly weakens your spirit. It weakens your discipline. It softens your courage. It makes patience feel impossible. It turns small problems into emotional storms. It convinces you that every hard thing should be avoided, every uncomfortable moment should be escaped, and every desire should be satisfied immediately. But a life built only around comfort does not create strength, it creates dependency. The ancient Stoics understood this long before modern distractions existed, long before smartphones, social media, constant comparison, online approval, and endless entertainment. They saw the same human weakness. People suffer most when they surrender control of their own mind. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome and one of the most respected Stoic thinkers in history, reminded himself that real strength begins when you understand this. You may not control the world, but you can train the mind that responds to the world. That is not just philosophy. That is a weapon for daily life. A person who can govern their own thoughts, emotions, desires, and reactions becomes difficult to manipulate, difficult to discourage, and almost impossible to defeat from within. Stoicism does not make life soft. It makes you solid. It does not remove pain. It teaches you how to walk through pain without losing yourself. It does not promise applause. It gives you self-respect. It does not tell you that everything will go your way. It prepares you to remain calm even when nothing goes according to plan. In this video, you will learn 8 powerful Stoic laws that can rebuild your mind, strengthen your emotional control, sharpen your discipline, and force you to stop living like a prisoner of comfort, fear, and approval. These are not empty motivational phrases. These are hard truths, tested by time, made for people who are tired of feeling mentally weak and ready to become stronger from the inside out. Before we begin, if you are serious about becoming mentally stronger, do not watch this passively. Like this video right now and subscribe to the King Stoic, because every person who supports this message helps it reach someone who may be silently fighting their own inner battle. And write this exact phrase in the comments. A partir de hoje sou uma nova pessoa. Also, tell us your country and the place you are watching from. This matters because we are not just creating comments. We are building a global map of people who decided to stop living unconsciously and start training their minds with purpose. When someone from another city, another country, another reality reads your comment, they realize they are not alone on this path. Your words may become the signal that wakes someone else up. Number 1. Embrace discomfort as your training ground. The first Stoic law is this: stop treating discomfort like an enemy. Most people run from anything that feels difficult. They avoid hard conversations, delay difficult decisions, skip discipline when motivation disappears, and escape into distraction whenever silence becomes uncomfortable. They want growth, but not pressure. They want confidence, but not challenge. They want strength, but not resistance. But strength has never been built in perfect conditions. Think about the moments that truly changed you. They probably did not happen when everything was easy, predictable, and pleasant. They happened when life put pressure on you, when you were rejected, when you were tested, when you had to stand alone, when you had to choose between collapsing and rising, when something forced you to discover a version of yourself you did not even know existed. The Stoics understood that difficulty is not always a punishment. Sometimes it is a sculptor. Marcus Aurelius wrote that what stands in the way becomes the way. This means the obstacle is not just blocking your path, it may actually be shaping your path. The delay that frustrates you may be teaching patience. The rejection that hurts you may be teaching resilience. The criticism that stings may be teaching humility. The silence that makes you uncomfortable may be teaching self-knowledge. The discipline you resist may be carving the person you keep saying you want to become. Modern culture tells you to avoid pain at all costs. Stoicism tells you to train with controlled discomfort before life forces uncontrolled discomfort upon you. A cold shower is not just cold water. It is a lesson in command over impulse. A workout when you feel tired is not just physical effort. It is a reminder that your body does not get to vote on every promise your mind has made. Sitting alone without distraction is not boredom. It is self-confrontation. Saying no to something pleasurable is not deprivation. It is self-respect in action. Seneca practiced periods of simplicity. He would eat plain food, wear simple clothing, and live without luxury for a time, not because he hated comfort, but because he wanted to know whether comfort owned him. He trained himself to ask, "Is this what I was afraid of?" That question has power, because much of what we fear becomes less powerful once we meet it face to face. The person who never chooses discomfort becomes shocked when life becomes difficult. A small inconvenience feels like a disaster. A delayed result feels like failure. A moment of silence feels unbearable. A single criticism feels like an attack on identity. But the person who trains with discomfort develops inner flexibility. Life may still hurt, but it does not surprise them as easily. Discomfort is a mirror. It shows you where your mind is still weak. It reveals what controls you. If hunger controls you, you discover it. If laziness controls you, you discover it. If attention controls you, you discover it. If approval controls you, you discover it. And once you see the chain, you can begin to break it. Do not misunderstand this. Stoicism is not about harming yourself. It is not about living miserably or denying every pleasure. It is about refusing to become dependent on ease. It is about knowing that you can enjoy comfort without needing it. You can rest without becoming soft. You can experience pleasure without becoming its servant. Choose one small discomfort today. Do not make a speech about it. Do not announce it. Just do it. Take the cold shower. Finish the task. Walk instead of taking the easy option. Train when excuses appear. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Have the honest conversation. Put your phone away when your mind begs for distraction. Every small act of chosen discomfort sends a message to your soul. I am not weak. I can endure. I can command myself. And the more you practice this, the more life changes. Not because the world becomes easier, but because you become harder to break. Number 2, stop letting your emotions own you. The second Stoic law is this: feel everything, but be ruled by nothing. Most people believe they are free, but one rude comment can ruin their day. One delayed message can disturb their mind. One change in plans can destroy their mood. One negative opinion can make them question their entire value. That is not freedom. That is emotional dependence. If your peace can be taken by anyone who knows how to provoke you, then your peace is not yet yours. The Stoics did not teach emotional suppression. They did not say, "Do not feel." They taught something much stronger. Learn to observe what you feel before you obey it. There is a difference between feeling anger and speaking from anger. There is a difference between feeling fear and allowing fear to choose your future. There is a difference between feeling sadness and turning sadness into your identity. Epictetus taught that if someone can anger you whenever they want, they become your master. This is one of the most uncomfortable truths in Stoicism. The person who knows how to trigger you has influence over you if you respond automatically every time. They do not need to control your body if they can control your reaction. Someone insults you and you lose your composure. Someone ignores you and you lose your self-worth. Someone criticizes you and you spend the whole day replaying the words. Someone leaves and you treat their departure as proof that you are not enough. In each case, the outer event is painful, yes, but the greater suffering comes from the meaning you attach to it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that when something outside disturbs us, the pain often comes from our judgment about it. That does not mean events are meaningless. It means your interpretation has enormous power. Two people can face the same situation and live two completely different inner experiences. One person hears criticism and thinks, "I am being attacked." Another thinks, "There may be something useful here," or "This may simply reveal the other person's state of mind." One collapses. One learns. Same event, different judgment, different result. Emotional mastery begins with a pause. That pause may be only 3 seconds, but it can save your dignity. Before sending the message, pause. Before raising your voice, pause. Before making a decision from fear, pause. Before reacting to disrespect, pause. In that pause, ask yourself, is this reaction going to make me stronger, or will it make me a prisoner of the moment? This is not weakness. This is command. A child reacts immediately. A trained mind responds intentionally. A child says whatever emotion demands. A Stoic listens to emotion, studies it, and then chooses the action that aligns with character. This does not make you cold. It makes you trustworthy to yourself. Imagine anger rising inside you. Instead of saying, "I am angry," say, "Anger is present." That small shift creates distance. You are no longer the emotion. You are the observer of the emotion. When fear appears, say, "Fear is here." When sadness appears, say, "Sadness is moving through me." This language reminds the mind that emotions are visitors, not rulers. The world today is emotionally chaotic. People react instantly, post instantly, argue instantly, judge instantly, and then regret privately. Stoicism offers a different way. It teaches you to be the person who is not easily moved by every wave, the person who can stay steady while everyone else is impulsive, the person who does not need to win every argument because they already won the greater battle, the battle over themselves. Real power is not being loud. It is being able to remain calm when your ego wants noise. The next time someone provokes you, don't rush to prove anything. Breathe, observe, decide. Ask, what would the strongest version of me do here? Sometimes the answer will be to speak clearly. Sometimes it will be to walk away. Sometimes it will be to say nothing at all. A person who cannot control emotion becomes predictable. A person who masters reaction becomes difficult to manipulate. That is Stoic freedom. Number 3, stop expecting life to be fair. The third Stoic law is this: do not build your peace on the expectation that life will treat you fairly. This may sound harsh, but it can save you from years of unnecessary suffering. You can work hard and still be overlooked. You can love sincerely and still be left behind. You can tell the truth and still be misunderstood. You can do the right thing and still face consequences that feel undeserved. You can be loyal to people who do not return loyalty. You can give your best and not receive the result you imagined. And when that happens, the mind screams, "This is not fair." Maybe it is not fair, but the Stoic does not stop there. The Stoic asks, "What is still within my power now?" Most people lose years of life arguing emotionally with reality. They replay what happened. They compare themselves with others. They ask why someone else received what they wanted. They wait for the world to apologize before they move forward. But life does not always explain itself. Sometimes the world keeps moving while you are still standing in the ashes of your expectations. The Stoics never expected life to be gentle. They expected hardship, change, loss, injustice, betrayal, uncertainty, and difficulty. This did not make them negative. It made them prepared. They understood that when you stop expecting life to be perfectly fair, you stop being shocked every time reality fails to match your wishes. Fairness is a beautiful human ideal, but it is not a constant law of existence. Good people may suffer. Dishonest people may appear to succeed. Effort may take longer to be rewarded than you hoped. Love may not be returned. Appreciation may not arrive. If your entire emotional stability depends on life being fair, you will always be vulnerable. But if your stability depends on your character, your discipline, and your response, you become far stronger. This does not mean accepting injustice passively. Stoicism is not weakness. It does not tell you to let people mistreat you. It tells you to respond from strength rather than resentment. There is a difference between seeking what is right and being consumed by bitterness. One is action, the other is poison. When life feels unfair, the average person complains. The Stoic studies. The average person asks, "Why me?" The Stoic asks, "What can this teach me?" The average person waits for perfect conditions. The Stoic moves with dignity even in imperfect conditions. Seneca wrote that sometimes even living requires courage. This is especially true in seasons where your effort seems invisible, your loyalty is not returned, or your patience is tested by events outside your control. Courage is not pretending the pain is not real. Courage is refusing to let pain make you unjust, bitter, careless, or weak. If you were rejected, let it refine your self-respect. If you were betrayed, let it sharpen your discernment. If you were delayed, let it strengthen your patience. If you were misunderstood, let it teach you the difference between being seen by everyone and remaining true to yourself. Radical responsibility does not mean everything is your fault. That would be false. It means your next move still belongs to you. Your response still belongs to you. Your character still belongs to you. Nobody can force you to abandon your values unless you surrender them. The world may not always treat you with fairness. Treat yourself with discipline anyway. People may not always recognize your effort. Keep improving anyway. Life may not reward you on your timeline. Keep building anyway. Freedom begins when you stop waiting for reality to become perfectly fair before you decide to become strong. Number 4. Focus on what you can control and release the rest. The fourth Stoic law is one of the most important. Stop wasting your life trying to control what was never yours. Most people are exhausted because their attention is scattered across things they cannot command. They try to control other people's opinions, reactions, maturity, loyalty, emotions, and choices. They obsess over the future, replay the past, fear every outcome, and then wonder why their mind feels heavy. Epictetus taught that some things are within our control and some things are not. This sounds simple, but almost every form of anxiety comes from forgetting this distinction. What is truly within your control? Your choices, your effort, your preparation, your honesty, your discipline, your words, your attitude, your response, your willingness to learn, your ability to begin again, your decision to act with dignity even when others do not. What is not fully within your control? Other people's opinions, their appreciation, their timing, their maturity, the past, the future, the weather, the economy, random events, the algorithm. Whether everyone understands you, whether every effort is rewarded immediately. When you treat what is not yours as if it were yours, you suffer. If you try to control how people see you, you become a prisoner of approval. If you try to control the future, you become a prisoner of anxiety. If you try to change the past, you become a prisoner of regret. If you try to force someone to value you, you become a prisoner of emotional dependency. The Stoic does not scream at the wind. He adjusts the sail. Imagine a ship in a storm. The untrained person curses the waves, complains about the sky, and panics over the wind. The trained person grabs the wheel and asks, "What can be done now?" He cannot command the sea, but he can command his hands. He cannot stop the storm, but he can navigate through it. That is how you live with power. Every time stress rises, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is yes, act. If the answer is no, release it. Not emotionally all at once, perhaps, but deliberately, again and again. That is the practice. You cannot control whether people like you, but you can control whether you live in a way you respect. You cannot control whether someone returns your love, but you can control whether you continue begging for a place in their life. You cannot control whether your work succeeds immediately, but you can control whether you improve the quality of your effort. You cannot control the past, but you can control whether you keep living inside it. This principle gives your energy back. Many people are tired, not because life demands too much, but because they give too much attention to things they cannot influence. They mentally argue with people who are not present. They prepare for disasters that may never happen. They chase validation from those committed to misunderstanding them. They try to fix people who do not want to grow. Bring your power back to its proper place. Your mind is your field. Your action is your duty. Your character is your responsibility. When you live this way, you become calmer. Not because life becomes predictable, but because your focus becomes precise. You stop fighting imaginary battles. You stop carrying emotional weight that belongs to others. You stop confusing concern with control. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that he had power over his mind, not over outside events. That truth remains one of the strongest foundations for inner stability. You do not need to control everything to be strong. You need to control yourself when everything feels uncertain. The person who masters this law becomes difficult to shake. They are not passive. They are focused. They are not careless. They are disciplined. They are not detached from life. They are detached from wasting energy on what they cannot command. Control your effort. Control your response. Control your values. Control your attention. Then release the rest. Number 5. Practice. Voluntary hardship to build an unshakable will. The 5th Stoic law is this: challenge yourself before life challenges you. In a world addicted to convenience, discipline becomes rare. Many people never test themselves on purpose. They never sit in silence. They never say no to unnecessary pleasure. They never train when tired. They never go without comfort. They never practice patience, hunger, focus, or solitude. Then, when life becomes difficult, they panic because their mind has no training. The Stoics believed that voluntary hardship prepares the soul. Seneca encouraged simple living at times: plain food, rough clothing, fewer comforts, and deliberate simplicity. The goal was not to suffer for appearance, The goal was to discover that comfort is not the foundation of identity. If life removes luxury, the trained person does not collapse. They know who they are without it. This practice is powerful because fear often grows in imagination. People fear discomfort because they have never met it directly. They think they cannot handle hunger, boredom, rejection, silence, simplicity, or difficulty. But once they face controlled discomfort voluntarily, they discover something liberating. This is difficult, but I can endure it. Voluntary hardship is not self-punishment. It is self-training. Take a cold shower when your body wants warmth. Wake up early when your mind wants excuses. Train your body when motivation is absent. Eat simply for a day to remind yourself that pleasure does not own you. Spend time without your phone to prove your attention is still yours. Say no to a purchase you do not need. Sit with boredom without escaping. Walk when you could ride. Finish the task when quitting would be easier. These acts may seem small, but they are not small to the mind. Each one strengthens the inner command center. Each one teaches you that you can act against impulse. Each one proves that you are not a servant of every desire. Willpower is built through repetition. You do not become disciplined because you watched a powerful video. You become disciplined because you did what needed to be done when the emotional weather wasn't favorable. You become disciplined when you stop negotiating with laziness. You become disciplined when you stop needing perfect conditions to keep a promise. Comfort is not evil, but comfort as a lifestyle can make the mind soft. When every desire is instantly satisfied, patience disappears. When every silence is filled with entertainment, self-awareness disappears. When every discomfort is avoided, resilience disappears. Then life only needs to apply moderate pressure, and the person bends. The trained person is different. They have practiced small hardship, so when larger hardship arrives, it does not feel completely foreign. They may still feel pain. They may still feel uncertainty, but they are not shocked by the existence of difficulty. This is why chosen difficulties is a form of preparation. A boxer does not wait for a real fight to learn how to take a hit. A soldier does not wait for the battlefield to learn discipline. A musician does not wait for the performance to touch the instrument. The Stoic does not wait for suffering to train the mind. Practice now. Practice patience in small delays. Practice calm in small frustrations. Practice restraint in small cravings. Practice courage in small discomforts. Practice silence when the ego wants to speak. Practice focus when distraction calls. One day, life will ask more from you than you expected. And when that moment comes, you will not need to invent strength from nothing. You will recognize the feeling of resistance and say, "I have been here before, I know how to stand." That is the gift of voluntary hardship. It turns difficulty from a stranger into a teacher. Number 6. Detach from outcomes and fall in love with the process. The 6th Stoic law is this: do the work without worshiping the result. Modern life teaches people to obsess over outcomes. Get the money, get the position, get the body, get the recognition, get the relationship, get the applause, get the numbers, get the result as quickly as possible. But Stoicism shifts your attention from obsession with results to mastery of process. Why? Because the result is never fully under your control. Your effort is. Your preparation is. Your discipline is. Your attitude is. Your consistency is. But the outcome may depend on timing, other people, chance, market conditions, health, opportunity, or factors you cannot command. When you attach your worth to outcomes, you become fragile. If the video performs well, you feel valuable. If it does not, you doubt yourself. If someone praises you, you feel confident. If they ignore you, you feel invisible. If your project succeeds, you feel powerful. If it fails, you feel like a failure. That is not strength. That is emotional dependence on external results. Epictetus taught that freedom comes when we stop clinging to what lies beyond our control. This does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop turning the result into the judge of your soul. There is a difference between commitment and attachment. Commitment says, I will give my best. Attachment says, if this does not happen, I am nothing. Commitment creates discipline. Attachment creates desperation. Commitment strengthens you. Attachment makes you unstable. If you go to the gym for 2 weeks and see no visible change, attachment says, this is useless. Process says, I am becoming the kind of person who trains. If you launch a project and it struggles, attachment says, I failed. Process says, I learned what needs to improve. If you love someone and they do not stay, attachment says, I am not enough. Process says, I can grieve and still keep my dignity. This is how the Stoic becomes powerful. They care deeply, but they do not collapse when reality does not obey their timeline. Marcus Aurelius advised himself not to be disturbed by the future. When the future arrives, you will meet it with the same reason you have today. That means stop living inside imagined outcomes. Return to today's duty. Return to the next honest step. Return to the work. If you are building something, build for excellence, not just applause. If you are training, train for self-mastery, not just appearance. If you are studying, study to sharpen the mind, not just to impress people. If you are healing, heal because your peace matters, not because you want someone from the past to notice your glow. The process is where the transformation happens. The result may give you recognition, but the process gives you identity. The result may bring applause, but the process builds self-trust. The result may arrive once, but the process becomes who you are. Ironically, when you detach from needing the outcome, you often perform better. Desperation clouds your judgment. Anxiety makes you impatient. The need for validation makes you inconsistent. But devotion to process creates calm, and calm creates better decisions. This does not mean you should not have goals. Goals matter. They give direction. But a goal without process is fantasy. A process without emotional dependence becomes power. Show up, do the work, improve the craft, train the body, strengthen the mind, speak truth, practice discipline, learn from feedback, adjust, continue. If the result comes, receive it with gratitude. If it delays, keep building. If it changes form, adapt. If it does not come the way you wanted, make sure you still gained skill, wisdom, patience, and self-respect. Because if the process made you stronger, you did not leave empty-handed. Number 7. Remember that life is limited and live with purpose. The 7th Stoic law is this: remember that your time is not unlimited. Most people live as if they have endless tomorrows. They delay important decisions, postpone their dreams, stay in unhealthy patterns, waste hours on distractions, hold grudges, avoid difficult conversations, keep saying, later, someday, when I feel ready, when the timing is better. But the Stoics practiced memento mori. Remember that life is temporary. This was not meant to make life dark. It was meant to make life clear. The awareness of life's limits does not have to create fear. It can create focus. It can strip away the unnecessary. It can remind you that not every argument deserves your energy. Not every distraction deserves your attention, and not every fear deserves your obedience. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that life could end at any moment, and that this should shape what we do, say, and think. The message is not panic. The message is presence. If you truly understood that time is precious, would you waste so much of it trying to impress people who do not matter? Would you keep postponing the work your soul knows you must begin? Would you continue returning to situations that weaken your spirit? Would you spend so many hours scrolling through lives that are not yours while neglecting the one life that is? Seneca wrote that life is not always too short. Often, we waste much of it. That truth is painful because it removes excuses. Many people do not need more time. They need more discipline with the time they already have. They need more presence, more courage, more honesty, more urgency without panic. The Stoic awareness of mortality does not make you reckless. It makes you intentional. You stop arguing over meaningless things because you understand the cost. You stop waiting for perfect conditions because you understand they may never arrive. You stop tolerating repeated disrespect because you understand peace is too valuable to sacrifice endlessly. You stop delaying your growth because you understand that every day you postpone discipline, you strengthen the habit of delay. There is a dangerous lie that ruins potential. I have plenty of time. Maybe you do. Maybe you do not. You cannot know, but you do know that today is here. This breath is here. This choice is here. This moment is yours to use or waste. Remembering life's limits should not make you anxious. It should make you alive. It should make you say what matters. Repair what can be repaired. Release what must be released. Begin what should not be delayed. Train your body while you have strength. Train your mind while you have awareness. Love with presence. Work with purpose. Stop sleeping through your own existence. The person who remembers that time is limited, moves differently. They do not chase every shallow form of approval. They do not spend years trapped in the same excuse. They do not keep betraying themselves for temporary comfort. They understand that the cost of a wasted life is too high. And understand this: living with urgency does not mean living in chaos. Stoic urgency is calm. It is focused. It says, I do not have forever, so I will not waste myself on what is empty. Let this law wake you up. Do not wait for a crisis to value your life. Do not wait for loss to become present. Do not wait for regret to become disciplined. You are already inside the life you keep postponing. Act with purpose now. Number 8. Live for virtue, not approval. The 8th Stoic law is this: stop living for applause and start living by principle. Most people are not guided by values. They are guided by approval. They want to be liked, praised, chosen, admired, validated, followed, and accepted. They shape their personality around the room. They change their opinions to avoid rejection. They say yes when their soul says no. They betray their own standards to keep people comfortable. They perform confidence while quietly losing self-respect. But the Stoic does not live for the crowd. The Stoic lives for virtue. Virtue means character, integrity, courage, wisdom, justice, self-control. It means doing what is right even when nobody sees it, keeping your word even when it is inconvenient, speaking honestly without being cruel, choosing discipline when comfort is easier, treating people with fairness even when you receive no applause for it, refusing to become false just to be accepted. Marcus Aurelius taught that what matters is doing the right thing. The rest carries far less weight than we imagine. This is difficult because doing the right thing often does not bring instant reward. Sometimes it costs you. Sometimes it makes you stand alone. Sometimes people misunderstand you. Sometimes the crowd celebrates the easier path, while your conscience demands the harder one. But every time you choose approval over virtue, something inside you weakens. You may gain attention, but lose peace. You may gain acceptance, but lose authenticity. You may avoid conflict, but lose your voice. You may please others, but abandon yourself. And no amount of praise can fully silence the inner discomfort of knowing you are not living in alignment with your own values. Seneca said he wanted to govern his life and thoughts as if the whole world could see one and read the other. Imagine that level of integrity. Not perfection, not performance, but consistency. The same person in public and private. The same values when praised and criticized. The same character when watched and unwatched. That kind of life is rare. In a world of image, the Stoic chooses substance. In a world of noise, the Stoic chooses stillness. In a world of performance, the Stoic chooses truth. This does not mean you stop caring about people. It means you stop sacrificing your soul for their approval. Ask yourself a stronger question. Can I respect myself after this choice? Can I respect myself after saying yes to what violates my values? Can I respect myself after staying silent when truth needed to be spoken? Can I respect myself after choosing comfort over discipline again? Can I respect myself after chasing someone who repeatedly disrespects me? Can I respect myself after pretending to be someone I am not just to be accepted? Approval is unstable. One day people praise you. Another day they forget you. One day they celebrate you. Another day they criticize you. If your identity depends on applause, you will always be emotionally homeless. Virtue gives you a home inside yourself. When you live by values, you carry dignity that cannot be bought. Even if you lose status, you still have character. Even if people misunderstand you, you still have truth. Even if nobody celebrates you, you still have self-respect. And self-respect is one of the deepest forms of freedom. Be a warrior for what is right, not what is popular. Be loyal to your principles, not to the changing mood of the crowd. Walk with integrity even when the path is quiet. Keep your promises. Guard your attention. Train your mind. Speak with intention. Refuse to sell your character for temporary approval. The moment you stop needing the crowd, your presence changes. You no longer speak from hunger. You no longer act from desperation. You no longer bend yourself into shapes that do not belong to you. You become grounded, and grounded people do not need to be loud to be felt. You are not here to be applauded by everyone. You are here to become someone you can respect when the room is empty. Now bring all 8 laws together and look at the path they create. Embrace discomfort, because comfort alone cannot build strength. Stop being ruled by emotions, because inner freedom begins where impulsive reaction ends. Stop expecting life to be fair, because reality must be faced before it can be transformed. Focus on what you can control, because that is where your true power lives. Practice voluntary hardship, because chosen difficulty prepares you for unexpected difficulty. Detach from outcomes, because the process is where character is formed. Remember that life is limited, because your time is too valuable to waste unconsciously. Live for virtue, not approval, because applause fades, but character remains. This is the Stoic path. It does not promise that life will never hurt. It promises that you can become strong enough not to lose yourself when it does. It does not promise that people will always treat you correctly. It teaches you how to remain honorable even when they do not. It does not promise that every effort will be rewarded quickly. It teaches you to keep building without surrendering your dignity. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus did not write for people living in perfect conditions. They wrote for people facing pressure, uncertainty, temptation, disappointment, fear, and responsibility. That is why their wisdom still matters. The world has changed, but the human struggle remains the same. Distraction still weakens people. Comfort still softens people. Ego still blinds people. Approval still controls people. Fear still delays people. Emotion still enslaves people. And discipline still frees people. You don't need to wait for motivation. You do not need the perfect moment. You do not need everyone to understand your path. You do not need applause to begin. You only need to decide that you are done living as a prisoner of impulse, comfort, fear, and external approval. Start today. Choose the hard thing that strengthens you. Pause before reacting. Release what you cannot control. Do the work without worshiping the outcome. Remember that your time matters. Protect your values. Keep your word. Build yourself quietly. Let your life become proof that a person can be calm without being weak, disciplined without being harsh, ambitious without being desperate, and strong without losing humanity. The world will keep offering distraction. Choose focus. The world will keep offering comfort. Choose growth. The world will keep provoking your emotions. Choose self-command. The world will keep demanding performance. Choose integrity. And when life becomes difficult, don't ask only why it is happening. Ask what it is training in you. Because every season can become a classroom if you refuse to waste the lesson. If this message awakened something in you, do not let that spark disappear. Like this video, subscribe to the King Stoic, and write in the comments, "A partir de hoje sou uma nova pessoa." Then tell us your country and the place you are watching from, because this channel is building more than an audience. We are building a worldwide community of people choosing discipline, wisdom, courage, and self-mastery. Your comment may inspire someone on the other side of the world to begin again. Keep training your mind. Keep choosing strength over comfort. Keep choosing virtue over approval. Keep choosing purpose over distraction. You do not become unshakable in one dramatic moment. You become unshakable every time you choose strength when weakness would be easier,